What's up, YouTube? Told you you'd see more of him. I was gonna do the controversial parenting tag, and I was like, hey, why not put your 2 cents in it too? Brody, stop. This is Brody. This is my Yorkie. Being a pest right now. Anyway, so he doesn't really know these questions. I just kind of told him kind of a gist of what the tag was about, and he's like, okay, I'll do it. So I figured it'd be better for, a million moms out there do. Brody.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like a million moms out there in the world do the controversial parenting tag, so I think it'd be nice to have a guy's point of view for a change. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And like I said, if you have different opinions, I'm sorry. These are my opinions and his opinions, and you guys can go frolic about your own opinions. But these are my opinions on my YouTube channel, so I'm putting my opinions out there. So, number 1, pro-life or pro-choice. I am pro-life. I don't really care the reasoning for you to get pregnant. That's not the baby's fault. I don't care. Take it from somebody who has been raped, and I thought I was pregnant from the rape, but I sure in the hell was not going to get rid of my baby. It's not the baby's fault that you got raped. It's not the baby's fault that it has something wrong with it. There's a million couples out there that want a child that can't have a child. Go give it up for adoption. That's my personal input, and I can make a 30-minute long video about abortion because I've done research papers on it before. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to stick with pro-life. And you?
Pro-life.
Number 2, baby wearing.
What?
Baby wearing. Where you, put the baby in a sling and carry it everywhere. No. Okay. I understand some parents' reasonings for baby wearing. And, I'm not saying that, going on a walk or something, it wouldn't be nice to have a little sling to put the baby in. But as far as, keeping the baby attached to me 24/7, no thank you. If I am doing dishes, and the baby is fussy, I will stop doing dishes and pay attention to the baby until the baby calms down. I'm not going to just put the baby on my chest, strap him there, her there, and go on about my day. The baby needs to be away from the mother sometimes during his life.
Put the baby in the sink next to you.
Yeah, because that's what I'm going to do.
Multitask.
So anyway, what's your opinion on baby wearing?
I think it's stupid. Because babies aren't clothes. Everybody knows that. You don't wear babies.
Okay, number 3. This was a huge debate between the two of us. Circumcision. What is your opinion on circumcision?
You know that.
I know it, but they don't know it. So I'm needing you to tell them.
Okay. Stupid. To not do it. Because it's it just causes a lot of problems if you don't. And it's like being born with a little hoodie, and you're already in a diaper, so you know what I mean?
That wasn't the reason you gave me. What was the reason you gave me?
Well, and it makes you different than everybody else, and nobody wants to be the one to explain to them why they're different. Because she didn't want to explain it.
I can see both sides of circumcision. To me, it's an unnecessary surgery that is just another risk you're adding to the baby's life. I know many people who are not circumcised and they live completely normally. But this is a relationship. We're a unit. I can't make 100% the decisions. It has to compromise, and my compromise was if he feels that strongly against, and I tried to debate the unnecessary surgery, the cleanliness, all that stuff to him, and he's dead set on, and I don't have a penis, so I can't,
you don't have a choice, really.
I've never had that awkward moment of getting naked in a dressing room and being different than somebody else. Because girls are pretty much all the same. We don't have a surgery that we go through that changes something about us, whereas guys do. And if that's something that he feels that strongly against, then I'm going to compromise and be like, well, clearly you have your reasons, and it's not a religious reason or anything like that. It's just he feels strongly against it. I feel for it, but not like strongly enough to be like, well, I'm not changing my ways. So it was a compromise we made. If we have a son, he will probably be circumcised. If I get
Not
pregnant,
that you need to know about my son's penis, but
if I get pregnant, I'm not going to tell it with a boy. I'm not going to tell you if I circumcise him or not because that's none of your business. But that's just our feelings on circumcision.
yeah.
Number 4, adoption. I think adoption is amazing. In my opinion, it allows many couples who aren't able to conceive the ability to conceive. Well, not conceive, but the ability to raise a child. And I love the fact that because I am such pro... where did that word just go? I believe in gay marriage. That's what I'm trying to say, and not those words. But anyway, and I feel like it gives every couple the ability to have a baby. What are your feelings on adoption? Are you for adoption? Or?
I think it's good for people who can't have kids, but I would personally probably never adopt because I can have kids, and I would just rather have my own.
So you're for adoption, you're just not for adoption for yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say there. Number 5, baby piercing. Oh, God.
I'm going to say no, because that's the choice that they need to make and not have scars for the rest of their life because you wanted it, thought it'd be cute. And I think it's kind of white trashy, like with baby with earrings. It's kind of, I don't know.
I hate the idea of baby piercing. I am having a little girl, and I will never pierce my daughter's ears until she's old enough to say, Mommy, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Which will be roughly age 6 or 7 is probably when I'll allow her to get her ears pierced. Breast milk versus formula.
Breast milk.
I am breastfeeding, or I'm hoping to breastfeed, as long as everything goes smoothly. I am drinking as much water as possible. Right now I'm drinking Mountain Dew because I haven't had caffeine in like the past 14 hours and I was starting to get a headache. So, but I do drink as much water as possible, and I'm trying everything to get my breast milk built up, and I do plan on pumping, not exclusively just boob feeding, but I do plan on pumping and bottle feeding. That way he can experience feeding his child, and also because I do have to go back to work once off of maternity leave. So I can't exclusively breastfeed.
I'm thinking about getting my rubber boobies.
Number 7, spanking. Just changing. Spanking. Are we gonna spank?
I'm going to spank because I remember I did something wrong and my dad whipped me with a razor strap, and I never did it again.
You hit our child with a razor strap, I'll hit you with it.
Well, I was older. I wasn't like a toddler, like getting beat to death or something.
I was not spanked growing up, not because my parents didn't spank, but because I was the youngest, the only girl, and I was a bit spoiled growing up. But,
Still is.
As far as, like, spanking, like, if it's something seriously wrong, like touching a hot stove, running out in the road, that kind of stuff, like, a little smack on the butt is something that'll get their attention and get them in gear not to do it. As far as, like, if they hit somebody else, I'm not going to spank my child for hitting somebody else, because that teaches them nothing. At all. At all.
That's a good point.
Number 8, co-sleeping.
What does that mean?
Sleeping with the baby.
Like in the cradle?
No, like the baby sleeping in bed with us.
As a baby, or
yes.
as like when they're scared of sleeping alone?
No, like an infant. Like, come home from the hospital.
That scares the shit out of me.
Me too.
Because I'm a large guy, and I'm squeamish about sleeping with her dog, and he's 10 pounds, so, and I could kill him.
Never, ever. I won't co-sleep. Now, I'm not saying, like, maybe if we're not both in the bed, and, like, it's the middle of the day, and I'm tired, and the baby's down for a nap, I'm not saying that I won't sleep with the baby, but he moves a lot in his sleep, and there's no way I'd sleep with both of us and the baby. Especially, we have a full-size bed, and that's barely enough room for me and him. Not putting a baby in there. Number 9. Home versus private versus public versus charter school.
Public.
I don't see anything wrong with homeschooling as long as they're actually being homeschooled and not just kind of half-ass schooling their kids. That shit drives me nuts. Private school, we only have one private school in my area, and we don't ever plan on moving, and it's a Catholic school, and neither of us are Catholic, so I'm not gonna...
Bunch of snooty bitches.
Not true.
Don't roll that way.
I was friends with quite a few people from that school, and they weren't snooty. But anyway, we're not Catholic. What's the point on sending a child to a Catholic school if you're not Catholic? So public school, preferably the school I went to, is the school I want the child to go to, because I went to the small school in our district, in our area. He went to the largest school in our area, and my school, the biggest thing that ever went around was drinking, and I'd much rather my 16-year-old child be drinking than my 16-year-old child popping Xannies in the middle of class. So hopefully my small public school, but if not, then she'll go to the town school. Number 10, vaccinations.
Yes.
I don't understand parents who don't vaccinate their children. I've done research on it and it still doesn't make sense in my head. I mean, if you don't vaccinate, more power to you. I'm vaccinating my child. My child's going to have all of her vaccines. I had all my vaccines besides one because I did have an allergic reaction to a vaccine, and you want to know what they did? Told me I couldn't have the next shot that came after it. That was it. And the allergic reaction was it made my arm go numb. So anyway, I am vaccinating my children. There's no point in not vaccinating in my head. And so, that's that.
I really like how you're out of breath right now.
Shut up!
Sign of 1, she's too pregnant. Or 2, she's talking way too much.
Number 11, medicating children. Like, giving children Tylenol and that kind of stuff for, like, teething and everything. As you can tell, we didn't discuss these questions before the tag.
I don't know too much about the Tylenol thing, but I've always heard of people using like Orajel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, way better than giving a baby like Tylenol that early. Or you can always just give him whiskey, which she'd kill me.
Our child is never getting whiskey, and the fact that you just said that is like going to get DCS called on us.
No, it won't.
No, that's an old... No.
That's an old school shit.
Yeah.
But we don't roll that way. That was a joke.
No. As far as medicating children, I mean, they don't really get antibiotics anymore because of the fact that you get immune to them so fast now. Do you have a cramp now too?
No, my leg's numb.
Oh.
I can't even feel a damn thing. Oh.
So yeah, cloth versus disposable diapers.
Disposable.
You have disappeared out of frame.
Because I'm not out of frame, right here. Because I don't want a bunch of shit in my washer, and homie don't play that.
Did you really just say homie?
I said homie don't play that. I did.
I understand cloth diapering. I really do. I understand that it's better for the environment and everything, but it's only like it's better if you have the little spout that goes on your toilet so you can wash them and all that stuff. So it's not actually being like...
What's a spout that goes on your toilet? Like a bidet?
No, it's like... You know how you're so excited because we got the spray nozzle in the sink?
Uh-huh.
It's like one of those, but it attaches to your toilet, so
No
you just
way.
rinse it out in the toilet.
No way.
And flush it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
But anyway, that's just... To me, the laundry, I already have too much laundry to do now. The laundry that would... No, I'm just going to do disposable. And you can say I'm killing the environment. Sure. Why not?
I drive a V8. So,
no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yes, I do.
Your car's a V8?
Yeah.
Oh, your car was a V6.
No, it's a V8. Good job, though.
Anyway, the cry it out method. Where you just let the baby cry.
They learn to kind of fix their own problems instead of being coddled for everything. They don't turn out huge sissies.
So you'll just leave her crying in her crib for an hour until she falls asleep?
Yeah.
I can't do it. If
She's a
Brody
pushover.
whines for more than 5 minutes, I give him whatever he needs.
You won't
or
move
what.
the dog off the covers so you can be comfortable because just looks so peaceful.
Well, he does.
Yeah, well,
I really like this
He's a
fingernail polish.
10-pound dog. I don't see why you need to be uncomfortable so he can.
Because he's my baby.
He sleeps upside down on the floor.
Okay. So that is the controversial controversial parenting tag. And that was fun, right? No. You got his input, which is kind of a guy's input, but it's very much
It's the right input.
No. Like I said, you guys can have your own opinions. These are just our opinions and our parenting ways and how we're doing things. Every parent's different, and I'm not going to tell another mother how she should or shouldn't raise her child, and I don't want you telling me how I should or shouldn't raise mine.
I agree with that.
So, I will see you in my next video. Bye.